Okay, so a lot of you that have been around on the channel for the past year or even 2 years will know that I'm a big follower of the game 𝙬𝙚𝙗𝙪. I've been following the game for years, like actual years, pretty much even when it was just a mod for Crisis, albeit that was extremely different. But 𝙬𝙚𝙗𝙪 has had its ups and downs, and quite a lot of them. But today we're going to talk about what could be its make or break year for the game. As you can see, over 97% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed, and that's fine of course, but if you do enjoy my content, and more importantly survival or open world games, maybe consider sticking around and subscribing. But with that being said, let's jump straight in to today's video. Alright, first off, let's go back in time slightly. Let's head back to November the 1st of 2021. This is when 𝙬𝙚𝙗𝙪's 0.7 update to the closed alpha release. And this was huge because of the massive rework the game underwent. In short, it was pretty much taken right back to the basics. Think of taking an engine out of a car, rebuilding it. That's essentially what was going on with the game. In short, 𝙬𝙚𝙗𝙪 was built with some really complicated and outdated code, with features that conflicted with each other, and this caused pretty huge issues. If anyone played the closed alpha, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. And these issues would only become more and more of an issue the longer development went on. So with 0.7, it was time to take it back, undo a lot of the work that went into the game up until this point, and of course understand where the game needs to go to reach the vision the team has for it, and of course what fans expect from it. But moving forward, after the 0.7, there was a few updates that came pretty fast, and on the 18th of December of 2021, we got update 0.7.5. Again, this was a pretty significant update, and one that I felt that got a big grip on the performance issues, as well as some pretty nice changes to the atmosphere. But the same thing has kind of happened. There just really hasn't been too much going on, nothing for us fans to get too excited about, but hopefully that's what this video is going to clear up. But like I said, since then we've had nothing. We still have version 0.7.5 almost 5 months later, and still no multiplayer. And for a good few months, we've been pretty much left in the dark, up until the past few weeks where we've had some pretty tasty blog posts in the way of a new structure to the development team, a new head of studio, and some extensive hiring to bolster the team and ramp up production of the game. But first up, there was a pause in development from the beginning of the year until the start of March, where these changes were taking place. And I'm not going to go over the full details of what happened during the pause, but I'll leave a link to the blog post I'm referring to in the description. But trust me, it was pretty huge. One that stood out to me that I think makes sense is downscaling. Yes, on paper you'd think, well, they're making the game smaller and cutting a lot of the features we were even promised. Well, yes and no. 𝙬𝙚𝙗𝙪 has always tried to be the survival game of all survival games. The hype was extreme, and fans ran wild thinking that they'd have the next, air quotes, DayZ killer. I myself was guilty of this, but I don't think either side helped. By downscaling, what the team wants to do is deliver a deliberately smaller set of features and content that is of higher quality, rather than delivering a large set that is of lower quality. Now to me, I think that is something us fans can get behind and support. We need to see this as a foundation, and of course the old saying goes, once you have a solid foundation, the sky is the limit. But going back to the features that caught a huge amount of interest from the first few teasers and development vlogs, it's not that they're now off the table altogether. As 𝙗𝙗, the CEO and founder of QI Games, states the following: as seen in both the old vlogs and our original promotional content, there are a lot of features that I want to bring to the table with 𝙬𝙚𝙗𝙪 to help us set us apart. We still have a strong desire to bring forward the key features that helped us set us apart in our early days. Now that sort of loops back to the hype I was talking about. 𝙬𝙚𝙗𝙪 showed some incredible things that almost ticked the dream scenario for a survival game, and that is what hooked me straight away. Some of those first dev vlogs with some incredible features, a smooth looking engine, and no real clunky mechanics, it just hyped me up and it ticked all of those boxes for what I was assuming 𝙬𝙚 was going to be my dream survival game. What I saw last year with update 0.7 and of course up to 0.7.5 and of course without breaking the NDA is that there is still a massive passion for this game from the team. 𝙬𝙚 isn't just a game that they want to get out on Steam and be done with. This means more, and the commitment shown during those months of stripping the project back and rebuilding it really has shown in those few updates, and of course what has been going on these first few months of 2022. Now, what we need to see in this year, however, is more of the same. A lot of the original fans and backers of this project have moved on, and things like the subreddit have slowed in popularity. And when there is a new post, you'll more than likely get a snarky reply like 𝙬𝙚, more like dead game. Trust me, I've had a couple of these. But of course, you can't be mad at this. You can understand why this has happened. And a lot of people won't want to admit this, but QI were one of the first to hold their hands up and say, yeah, we fucked up, but this is how we're dealing with things. 2022 is 𝙬𝙚's defining year. We need to be real with this. The early access was delayed last year to this year, towards the end of this year that being, and we've now had this pause in development, a studio-wide reshuffle with a new head of studio, and to get some fanbase on board, we need to see more of 0.7 to 0.7.5 production-wise, and that is something I fully believe is going to happen this year. Now that brings me on to the future, or more importantly, the next update, and that is 0.8. 0.8 will be coming out in the next couple of months, and we will of course update you when we have a solid release date for 0.8, but rest assured the wait will not be too long, is what Nix has said during the latest blog post dated 15th of April. And said update is shaping up to be the most defining update 𝙬𝙚 has probably seen so far. The primary goal of 0.8 is to start refining the core gameplay loops of 𝙬𝙚. As a team, we have decided that our focus should be on the quality of each gameplay loop. I should note that 0.8 is not the patch that will fix every game loop in 𝙬𝙚, and that the team views 0.8 as one of the many patches coming out this year that will incrementally make 𝙬𝙚 a better game and worthy of a proper early access launch. Now those last 5 to 6 words, worthy of a proper early access launch. That's on paper, and this is something they really want to do. They know what happened with the closed alpha launch, and they do not want to repeat the same situation. This is something that's being conducted with great care. And also, if you just look into these, a lot of passion as well. They do not want to see or even relive what happened with the closed alpha launch, and I'm pretty sure none of us do either. And also with 0.8, closed alpha testers should finally be able to test the game with dedicated servers, something that hasn't been available since 0.7. And here is more on 0.8. This update cycle started off with a lot of work centered on quality, performance, and fundamentals. While it probably felt a little slow going into the start since we were only fixing existing content, we have definitely picked up steam as we approach the end of the update dev cycle. With the 0.8 update, we have started taking a slightly different approach to how we're going to build out the rest of the game. Our design philosophy is to build out a breadth of features and analyze how they interact with each other. Then we can begin to add increased depth to them. As we progress through future updates, we want to continually add and adjust features that will make 𝙬𝙚 a more cohesive experience. 0.8 will be the first update where this becomes evident, as you'll be able to explore the game loop around survival, so needing food, water, and shelter. These features will be expanded on in the future to give many options on how you secure them, but for now a basic iteration will help demonstrate that loop and provide a building block for our upcoming work. This overall approach is helping us better define and theme updates as we drive towards the early access release. Now, I don't really like reading massive walls of text or, taking it straight from a website and reading it word from word. But I also didn't really want to cut anything out of this. I felt it was just too important not to share. So actually, as I got around to finally editing this video, I've had the script and audio done for a couple of weeks now. There was another new blog post which revealed a rough date for 0.8 releasing, and that is the end of May. So yeah, there we go. We kind of have a release date now for update 0.8 for the closed alpha. So yeah, there we are. Dead Matter needs to deliver this year. I personally think it will. Of course, I'm not here to break NDAs or even persuade you to give Dead Matter a chance. I'm just a guy that loves survival games and hope they all succeed, no matter how rough their lives have been to begin with. But I'm going to stop rambling and sounding like I have a weird relationship with this game. But if you did enjoy this video and you do enjoy survival games, please let me know in the comments, or leave a like, a dislike, because either help me understand what you like to watch on this channel. Wow, I don't know why, but this felt extremely heavy, and I didn't mean for it to come across that way. I'm just, like I said, passionate about survival games. But yeah, with that being said, take care, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.